Have we took our shots yet?
No.
Cheers.
No, fuck yeah, dude.
Love you,
Cheers.
fucks. Thank you, brothers.
Yes.
As always.
Fuck yeah.
2021 was Jelly Roll's biggest year yet, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. Earlier this year, Jelly Roll released his new album, Ballads of the Broken, which has already generated tens of millions of streams. This is an impressive feat for an artist who is completely independent. We've been tracking Jelly Roll's momentum for quite some time, and first caught up with him backstage over the summer at the Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
Well, I've always wanted to sing, and I've always had a real soulful, bluesy voice, but I was heavily influenced by like the Seegers, so I always leaned that soulful voice towards the rock side more, and it was just, you know, I call it a coming of age, man. It's awesome. I pride myself on saying I'm one of the few people at this rock festival that does a little country, a little rock, and a little rap.
We also asked Jelly Roll about some of his craziest experiences on the road. And the exciting thing about Jelly Roll that you don't exactly see often in rock music these days is he'll tell you exactly what's on his mind.
I fucked a midget.
We gotta hear about that.
Yeah, before I was a happily married man, which my wife has actually brought a midget home before too. That's crazy too. But my first experience, couple experiences with midgets was interesting because, like, you know, I'm a big fat fuck and they're little people. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was awesome.
Later that night, a magic moment happened. Jelly Roll took the stage with Shinedown, who are big supporters and close friends of his. Shinedown was gracious enough to invite Jelly Roll up on stage, and together they brought the house down with an unforgettable rendition of Simple Man. This was an incredible, unforgettable moment at Blue Ridge Rock Festival. A few weeks ago, Jelly Roll shared this video on his Facebook page, which now has more than 2 million views and over 120,000 likes. It was an emotional moment for the musician. Cameras were rolling the moment he was invited to make his debut at the iconic venue, the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
You know where she's from?
She's in the Opry.
And
I would love
she has some news.
to invite you to come and play a show with us.
You're
Please
kidding
come
me.
play on the Grand Ole Opry and make your debut. I would be honored.
Of course, Jelly Roll went on to rock the house at the Grand Ole Opry, and we caught up with him after to get his reaction.
I'm still crying. Yeah, I'm still crying. So I cried as soon as I started walking off. I cried all the way until I seen my wife, which made me cry more because she was crying. It's legendary. Like, I try to explain this to somebody in the rock business. There is no bigger thing than the Grand Ole Opry. I have a partnership with a label called BBR, Broken Bow Records, which is through BMG. It's the first kind of partnership I've ever signed with a label. I maintain my independence, but I do have a partner. And, we were kind of talking, and when I first got with him, I was like, hey man, I really want to play the Grand Ole Opry. I know that's like absurd to say, but I think I want to do it. And I thought they'd be like, fuck no. It's like a new relationship. You're like, shoot for the moon. You know what I mean? They were like, I think we can do that. And I was like, what? They were like, maybe. It'll take a year or two. That's what they told me. We only have a short deal, too. I said, okay, cool. We'll work our way to it. Fast forward a couple months after our partnership, they come to the Ryman, introduced me to Jen from the Grand Ole Opry, and she invited me to the Grand Ole Opry. And they kind of put it in the express lane, and we ended up playing it like a couple months later. So it's fucking fire, dog. We was literally at the Grand Ole Opry. We did a big after party down the street at the Nashville Palace for just family and friends. It was like 200 of us just partying. It was awesome. Went and hung out with Kid Rock that night. It was one of the wildest nights ever.
What's it like hanging out with Kid Rock? Holy shit.
Everything you would think it would be. Everything you could imagine hanging out with Kid Rock would be like is exactly what happened. I was with my brother Chris Porter, who plugged us in, and Kid Rock's son, Robert James Jr. But yeah, man, my dude, man, Chris Porter called. Well, he was with us, and he was like, yo, man, I just talked to Bob. Let's go hang out with him. I was like, let's fucking go. So it was cool.
Jelly Roll is known for mixing hip-hop, country, and of course, rock music. We asked him who his biggest influences were.
3 6 Mafia.
Okay.
From the hip-hop category. Bob Seger from the rock and roll category, and Willie Nelson from the country category, and from the two combined, Kid Rock.
Dude, fuck yes.
Yeah, I'm the first Jelly Roll, not the second Kid Rock, but nobody could compare what we do to anything other than what Bob did. And in the era of streaming, only because of streaming, we might even be putting our own flair on it. It's a little different.
One of the things that's special about Jelly Roll is he's unapologetically and authentically himself. He doesn't have any corporate suits pulling his strings behind the scenes. The reason he's experiencing so much success right now is it's clear that he was just one of the fans a few short years ago, and that really comes across. We spoke to Jelly Roll about that very sentiment back in September at Blue Ridge.
I literally am a fat, trailer trash, white piece of shit. Like,
Hell yeah.
Like, this all is still not real to me. You know what I mean? Like, 2 buses, a trailer truck, big stages, big sets, big times. This shit is like no fucking way. People singing, screaming, chanting my name after shows is like, dude, I was like one decision away from just being out there with them. And I think that's why people relate to me so much. They know that. Like, I could have just kept going in and out of jail my whole life, and I might have just been out there waiting for Shinedown and Papa Roach and Pop Evil to play, you know? Dude, it's like, for me, it's just...
You own your fucking business,
I
bro.
own my masters. I'll always own my masters. Can maintain independence. Artists need to take control. Don't let the suits make the money off us no more. For many, many years, our art was making other people rich. And it was time for the artists to get what they deserve, man.
It's not just Jelly Roll that's special. You can tell his fans truly love him, and if you've ever been to one of his shows, you can hear the chants before and after the show. Jelly Roll brings a unique and exciting energy to rock music, one that we are desperately in need of this year alone. From the Opry, to the Ryman, to releasing a brand new album, and everything in between. Jelly Roll's just getting started, and we're looking forward to having him around for a long time.